optimization, you have to understand search engines, right? So what is a search engine? A search engine is an answer machine. The only reason a search engine is out there is to provide you answers, right? So how do you get those answers? How does the search engine determine what answer to return? And 3 parts of a search engine. The first part of a search engine is the spider or the crawl. Have everybody ever heard of the website, or a terminology say, my website was crawled, my website was spidered? You ever heard of that? Okay. So what happens, the very first thing, is all search engines are alike. There are no differences between them except one. And when I get to that point, I'll tell you what the difference is. All search engines have a spider or a crawler. And what that does is goes out, visits all the websites, looks at your website, follows all the links it can follow, just like a spider web, and reports back, right? Does an inventory. That's what it spiders, it crawls. The next step is the index. So it goes out, finds all your web pages, all the different websites, all these millions of different things, right? Reports back and stores it in an index, okay, or a catalog, right? Every search engine has to do this, right? Because where else does it pull the information from? The third step is what makes search engines different. And the third step is the software or the algorithm. The mathematical way that it interprets that information. That's what makes search engines different. Because if every search engine was the same, why would there be multiple search engines? That's why Google is so successful. They've got an incredible algorithm that they use to be able to provide information. So the way it works is, everybody puts websites up, they get crawled or spidered, an inventory comes back, gets stuck in a catalog, which is an index, and then the algorithm or the software that the search engine uses determines the relevancy, popularity, all that stuff to return. So when you type in Marketing Services Southern Maryland in Google, that algorithm runs against its index or its catalog and says, how can I best return this to you? Because you're my customer. I just provide you answers. So if you type that in, I have to find the best way to get this information to you. Okay? So understanding that is going to help you when you do searches now. So what it does, the way it works is you type in Marketing Services Southern Maryland. There are 4 separate words. So when it puts stuff in the catalog, all 4 of those words go in a different bucket. And then it searches marketing, pulls that, and then it searches services and pulls that, and it pulls Southern, and then it pulls Maryland. And it pulls them all together, and depending on where you are in the world, it'll search its database based on geographic location and return those results to you. And it returns those results to you based on 2 things. Relevancy and popularity, okay? How popular you are and how relevant you are to what the words that were typed in Google. So Marketing Services Southern Maryland, okay? So that goes back to content, right? Goes back to content. If you are a title company and you're putting content on your website or on Facebook about grandma's cookies, it's not going to work. Nobody's going to find you. Because there's no correlation, there's no relevancy to title searches in Southern Maryland, right? Or title company Southern Maryland. There's nothing that correlates you to that search. Nobody's going to find you. So when you write your content, when you're ready for search engine optimized content, you have to interpret, and again, knowing your customers, what they're going to type in. So try this. The next time you talk to somebody, ask them, what would you type in if you're looking for a title company? What would you add, or what would you type in Google if you're looking for a house? Or if you're looking for a management consultant, or whatever it is that you do, ask somebody, just one person, and see what they say. You'd be shocked what they would put in. And you'd be shocked because what do you think they're going to put in? Title company. You think you're going to be found? That's like finding this marker on Earth. It's not going to happen. It's going to be highly unlikely unless you have a very unique keyword. Okay? It's good. So that's where search is. It's why relevance and popularity. The internet is a big place. So by creating relevancy and popularity, that's how it's going to return results to you. So that's what we call, that's why I say marketing services Southern Maryland. If you type that in, that's called a long tail. It's a variety of keywords that help you find something more specific. So now it's going to find all marketing services in Southern Maryland, and you'll know that a couple of results will come up. But on my website or on my Facebook, I have to make sure I put the words marketing services Southern Maryland somewhere, because if not, it's not going to be relevant. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how the search engines work. When that first page comes up, that's called the SERP, S-E-R-P, Search Engine Results Page. And you'll see stuff coming up here, and then you'll see stuff on the right-hand side, right? Do we know what that stuff is? The right section is everything that you pay for. Everything in the middle is everything that's most relevant. And most people don't go past the first page, or the first 10 results. So search engine optimization is critical in being found. And everybody, they don't go to the Yellow Pages anymore. They don't flip through the Chamber book anymore. They go right to Google and type right in there. And if you're not on that first page, or pushing it to the second page, they're going to find who is and go there. So all those, think of this. There are close to 1 million searches on Google every second. All those searches in an 8-hour workday, and you're not on the first page. How much business do you think you're losing? A lot. So it plays a critical element in today's business. Very critical. If you don't have a website, and you don't have your website search engine optimized, you're losing potentially a lot of business. It's just the way it is. So that's kind of how it works. On the right-hand side, 10% of people click on those. And why? Because as humans, we read left to right. We don't automatically go to the right, unless you know what Google AdWords are, and you're going to look for that, because people put the deals and stuff over there, but we read left to right. So that first result on the top left is what we're going to look at. And at the top, you're going to see like a faded yellow box. The first three, they're paid as well. So underneath that is where number 1 is, and that's where you want to look at right there. Okay? Let's see. So PageRank, everybody's familiar with PageRank, how your ranking system, and again, it's all based on popularity, relevancy, and popularity is determined on how much, we all know what relevancy is, right? Is it relevant to what I typed in? Does it match? Is it correlate? Popularity is based on how many people look at your site, how many people link to you. That's what, it's like votes when you go in politics. It's all about how many people like you. They're going to vote for you, right? The person who gets the most votes wins. Very simple concept. Same thing in search engines. The more people that link to you, or the more people that like your stuff, you're going to be more popular. Coupled with how relevant you are to what I'm looking for. We all want things that are relevant and the most popular, right? It's just human nature. So that's how you translate this search engine stuff into human